Well, howdy there, Bronco fans. This is Bronco Planet, and we are talking Bronco headlines with George Moore. So let's start with the biggest headline everywhere. Aqib Talib, in your eyes, baby. Take some of that, buddy. What's your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? That was absolutely the dumbest thing I've ever seen in a professional football game. Give me a break. And then he goes to appeal it. 30 million people sat there and watched him walk up there just like Mo doing it to Curly. Poked him right in the eye. Stupidest thing I ever saw. Got everything he deserved. 1 game suspension, cost him $350,000. Let me tell you, if he poked me in the eye, I'd sue him for $350,000. What a schlub that guy is.
Yeah, well, you know what? Oh. That's the problem with Talib. Now, hey, let's be serious, right? Talib has had some great games for the Broncos this year and won some games with some interceptions for some touchdowns. Heck, he still has twice the touchdowns that Demaryius Thomas has. But you know, the problem with Talib is you go back and look at the Tampa Bay days.
Right.
He went to the rookie symposium and got in a fight at the symposium where they're teaching him how to behave. He's gone after a guy's eyes before. He's gone after refs before. He's been in trouble before. Even gunshots fired at different places. You know, this guy is the guy your mom warned you about.
Right.
It's great when you can keep him focused and lined up, but you know what? We've seen it now. How many weeks, George, where the Broncos have made stupid penalties because I get that you have to be aggressive, but don't do stupid things. And I think this will hopefully cure him of that because everybody, even there's a survey out there at the Denver Post where you can put this 1-game suspension. It deserved. And these are all Bronco fans that are responding. And 81%, George said.
And I'm one of the 81%.
Yeah.
All right. Next headline, storybook ending. It was sitting right there on the table, right on a silver platter, and it didn't happen. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I think it's a bit of a slam to Peyton Manning by his former owner and team. It's 40 degrees out that night, and they say, hey, we're going to leave this roof off, make it cold for all our fans, because we do not believe that quarterback can play very well in the cold. So that was a slap in the face, and it was really a shame. You know what? I think, the Broncos had their opportunities early. I think Manning, God bless him. He's trying hard. I think he did some great things. I mean, that rollout pass that he had and throws to Owen Daniels on the other side of the field was probably the most physical, best play I've seen Peyton Manning make as a Denver Bronco quarterback.
I agree.
The second long bomb to Sanders, where he had a little room to step up, on the money.
Right.
But the problem with Peyton right now is those turnovers. He's leading the NFL in interceptions.
2 more interceptions.
And you can't do it. Now, his receivers got to help him out a little bit, meaning Demaryius Thomas had no separation there, went a little deep in the zone. That might have helped him a little bit, but Peyton Manning has got to get those turnovers down. So, unfortunately, 3 or 4 yards short. But as a Bronco fan now, I want to see him get that record, that win here in Denver.
Well, he'll get it. There's no question he'll get it.
As long as we're not going around poking people's eyes out, he may have a chance at the end of the game to win it. So Peyton Manning, hang in there, buddy. I saw some things I really liked. Some stupid short passes overthrew Sanders early in the game. There's a pass to Caldwell, I remember, that went like 18 yards out of bounds. So there were a few of those. You're like, man, we're right back where we were before the Green Bay game. But as a whole, I think Peyton played better, and I'm feeling good about it. Well, the next headline, George, is we open up the paper today and find that Andrew Luck out 2 to 6 weeks, lacerated kidney, abdomen issues. I mean, and you saw that game. That guy took some wallops in that game.
Oh, he did. But it was obvious he wanted it more than Peyton. He did everything he could to win that ball game. Simple as that. We lose to a guy with a lacerated kidney. It happened early in the 4th quarter, and he played the rest of the game. Unbelievable. Yeah. You realize, the guy ran 6 times. Our defense, the defense didn't show up. They just didn't show up. This guy, that running, making those first downs, really had more to do with them winning the game than anything.
Well, I can see why, though. Obviously, the Colts have been struggling. He's playing at home. He knows this is the guy that the legend before him. He was going to give it all. And I think, unfortunately, for quarterbacks, though, Not most quarterbacks aren't going to run away from the Broncos defense like that, and you got to give them full credit.
Right.
But look at what happened to RG3 though. Most of those mobile quarterbacks, it's amazing to watch. It's great,
Right.
but it will catch up to you.
All right, next headline is our defense. Okay, did the defense show up or what happened? What happened?
Well, the D used to stand for dominating, George, and now it stands for disappointing or downfall or destruction.
Dumb. How about penalties?
Well, yeah,
dumb.
Yeah, the penalties were without doubt dumb. But that was one tired defense. And for the second time this year, and unfortunately, coaches are going to start to see this on tape. You saw it in the Minnesota game, and now you see it against this team. The crossing patterns, the wide receivers going across the middle, tight ends working against our safety, that is working. You want to send a receiver, doesn't matter how great that receiver is. We saw that with Green Bay. Down the sidelines, our cornerbacks, gotcha. But TJ Ward, now I love this guy's intensity. I love how he comes up and stops a run, but he is a liability in coverage. And
Well, yeah, he's got a piano on his back. It's hard to run when you got a piano on your back. This guy is slow as molasses.
Yeah, and Darian Stewart, who I thought just started off on fire and looked like a huge upgrade from Raheem Moore, and he's still an upgrade to him, has had some mediocre games, and our linebackers, to be honest, are having a hard time. There was confusion. For the first time all season long, Wade Phillips got out-coached.
Right. They had 27 first downs. 27 first downs. And guess what? 6 of them were on penalties. Our defense couldn't get off the field. 6 first downs on penalties, and 5 of them when Andrew Luck ran. Our defense didn't show up.
Our defense didn't show up. And
We got 1 sack.
There were a couple.
No turnovers.
Yes. Well, here's who did show up, though. Malik Jackson, I thought, had a fabulous game, especially early on. I think Malik did great. Ware looked good until he got hurt. But what's starting to concern me a little bit, George? Von Miller now, 1 sack in the last 3 games. I know he's a presence. I know he's getting double teamed. But the fact of the matter is, we're halfway through the season, and Von Miller has 4 sacks. So that comes back to coaching. You have to find some creative ways. And he was there. He was putting some of those licks on Andrew Luck.
He was half a second late on several plays. But that half a second ends up with a first down. And do you know the time of possession? 39 minutes for them and 21 for us. That defense was wore out.
Yeah.
39 to 21. You don't win football games that way. All right, let's talk about special teams. How about that how about the end of the first half? Can you believe the stupidity of the Indianapolis Colts to kick the ball? Hey, there's these 2 lines running down the field on the outside. Sometimes you ought to kick it outside of those lines. What the hell are they thinking?
No, it gave all the momentum that they had earned all half. Just kind of went out like that. You gave the Broncos an opportunity to come back and do something, which they did up till the end. So, I tell you what, great return. It was, without a doubt, the best play for the Broncos, maybe the only great play for the Broncos in the first half.
Only highlight, yeah.
And McManus continues to be solid. Colquitt, I think, is fantastic. So what was a big question mark for me early in the season was our special teams. Seeing that return for a touchdown, outstanding. Game ball.
Game ball. Amen. Got us right back in the game. Momentum. Old Mo moved to the side of the Broncos. And guess what? We tied the ball game. We had 17 unanswered points.
And our last headline of the day, and this one tugs at the heartstrings a little bit. Demaryius Thomas, his mom. And those that are outside of Denver may not know, his mom and his grandma have been in jail a long, long time with some drug issues from the past, is finally out of jail and going to see her son play in real life. She's seen it on TV, obviously.
Right.
But for the first time in person, see Demaryius play football this Sunday. That's going to be special. What do you think the Broncos have to do to make it even better for Demaryius Thomas this Sunday?
Well, number one, they need to throw the football to him a little bit more often. I believe he was targeted for the second time late in the third quarter. This is your star playmaker. I mean, just throw the ball out there. Like Megatron, he'll go up and get it. Yeah. You've got to get these stars involved. He is such a superstar. The best thing that could happen is for him to have a great day. His mother's there to see him play for the first time. I mean, That's a human interest story if there ever was one in the making, and the Broncos have a chance to make it something really special. Throw the damn ball to Demaryius.
50 yards isn't going to cut it. Can you imagine a basketball game where Michael Jordan takes his second shot in the third quarter? You got to get this guy the ball. It's going to be a special Sunday. I'm really happy for Demaryius and his family. I believe everybody gets a second chance. She certainly deserves this, and so it's gonna be a special day for Demaryius, and I can't wait to see what happens Sunday. I would pick him up on your FanDuel team immediately.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Well, I think that's about all we have. It's been a crazy week, a disappointing week. Normally, we're a lot more pissed after Bronco lost, but you know what? We've been doing stupid penalties for a long time. We came out flat as a...
Well, we lead the league now. There's no question. By far, we lead the league in defensive stupid penalties.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that. So they're going to keep picking on us and hope that we keep retaliating and doing stupid things. We got to grow up.
Grow up, make good decisions,
right,
and let's go pound the crap out of the Chiefs. I think that defense is going to come fired up because they were embarrassed with the way they played. They were embarrassed with the way they acted, and that's not the kind of team the Super Bowl teams the Broncos have. We're doing crap like that. That may get work for Jerry Jones. he might have asked to leave for a 5-year extension after a play like that, but Pat Bolden don't play that way.
Amen, brother.
And so we're going to move along, Bronco fans. We'll catch you after hopefully another Bronco win this coming Sunday.
Yeah, 8-1 sounds pretty good to me.